Let's discuss It's Happening Out's Hot Topic this week. It's sponsored by the American retail chain Hot Topic. With nearly 700 locations specializing in counterculture-related clothing and accessories, representing many varied interests of the LGBTQ plus community, including music, movies, graphic artists, gaming, and more, Hot Topic features one of the largest collections of Pride merchandise that celebrates all aspects of our LGBTQ plus community. Hot Topic is a major supporter of the diversity of our community and supports many events, festivals, and nonprofit LGBTQ plus organizations. And that is why they sponsor It's Happening Out's Hot Topic. Here we go. In the era of PrEP, bareback porn and often neglected jars of condoms at dive bars, it's not a huge surprise that recent studies by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention show men, especially those who have sex with other men, are having more condomless sex, even though cases of chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis have more than doubled in the past 2 decades. Whether or not you wrap it up is a personal choice, of course. But in a raw is law economy, we have to admit that condoms are kind of having a moment. This week's hot topic is, are condoms popular again? Or did we ever really even stop using them? What do y'all think? Condoms.
Well, first of all, that's not a condom behind me. That is a fleshlight if I've ever seen one.
It's a cock's teeth.
I haven't used a condom since Plan B came out. I'm not even sure how to use it anymore. That thing is old school. I don't even see them at bars anymore. I don't see them at my friends'
Well, you look right past them at bars, okay? Because I do at least 5 events a week, okay? And that jar of condoms is full as hell. Everything else on the table is gone. The candy's gone, the bracelets are gone, but that jar of condoms, no one grabs them. Why is it that the lesbian has like 10 freaking condoms in my car and you folks don't? Does anybody have one in your wallet now?
What?
Of course not, right?
That's nightstand.
By the way,
that is nightstand where they belong, right? Okay.
By the way,
First off, who has even a wallet?
The poor people like me.
Hi.
Okay.
Well, I do have a wallet.
You're not supposed to have a condom in your wallet.
Right.
In the car.
We did learn that.
No,
we
in
did
the
learn.
car.
It gets old.
Or the car.
That means you don't have enough sex if it's getting old, my friend.
It also damages in your wallet because they teach you early on that when you put it in your wallet, the wear and tear.
Especially those magnums, right? Elimination,
you know,
right?
It happens. But I do have them in my nightstand. The crazy thing is, I will share it with everyone in America. I do have to go through with them and throw away the old expired ones because I will admit. I will
There's
often.
an expiration date.
There is an expiration date.
Yeah.
It
lasts
lasts
about 5 years.
Because I will.
Jesus.
Wow. I am that sex positive person that will have the flavors, that have the regular. I do have the regular. I do it all. And then I have the ones for those persons who are allergic to latex. You have those, where you have to go through and you have to throw away those expire. And so I am that guy. How do you want it? Let's have that conversation. Because again, there is a certain feeling that happens when you do raw versus not. And also, again, it's having that conversation.
And girls feel that too.
Girls all do every day.
Whether there's a difference.
Have you had situations where if you don't wear a condom, they don't want to have sex?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
And I've been that person that has told a boy, I'm not having sex with you. I'm sorry, there's no condom or not.
Yeah, but what year was that?
No, that's not what I said.
What do you
In
mean?
reverse.
What do you mean? What year was that?
is that
Like 8
recent?
years ago, fucker.
Wait.
Like, what?
Wait,
that was a long time ago.
Wait, you misheard me. I'm talking about the top that says, no, I'm going to insist on a condom, and the bottom says, no.
Yes.
Oh.
Absolutely.
I'm not having
Absolutely.
sex with you if you
Absolutely.
wear a condom.
Absolutely.
Wow, I can see that.
I've had that situation so many times.
Apparently, all I've met is dirtbags. We've never.
Because nobody's even brought it up, John?
No, I've used the last time I used a condom, it was because I knew there was gonna be a dirty situation, and I knew I could just slide out of it.
Ew.
After.
So I'm greedy. I'm greedy and selfish. I'm the Al of sex. If I'm not first, I don't want any. So and so therefore, if I feel like I'm second or third, I'm putting a condom on. Absolutely.
Exactly.
However, if I'm first, all day raw and I'm out, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But
that's technically, and I understand what you're saying.
Gotcha.
And believe me, I completely understand what you're saying. I agree with that. But that doesn't really protect you. If you're in a situation where it's multiple people, that's one thing. But at the end of the day, the risk of it's interesting to me because every medical professional that I have been involved with in talking about the medical ethics of gay men and gay sex is PrEP is one thing, but it does absolutely nothing for everything else. And as a result, condoms are a universal requirement.
Well, absolutely. I mean, the thing.
But we're saying they're not.
But we forgot that you can get that stuff like through all transactions. We forgot that. We think, all right, I'm gonna do a condom for insertions, but we forget that you can still get STIs from or transactions.
I don't think it's that we forget. I just think that they don't care anymore. I've heard people my age and older say, "Oh, I'm on PrEP. It's okay." I'm like, that's not what I'm talking about, though. I'm talking about your chlamydia that you have and you haven't had treated for 4 weeks. You know, you've got cauliflower growing down there, baby. I don't want that.
Oh, that's disgusting. Wow.
You should not be sucking anything that has cauliflower under it.
Exactly.
That part. And if it does, the carpet don't match the drapes, you probably should not put your lips on it. Let's be clear. If it gets growing,
let me try to pull us out of the gutter for a moment. What is it about us? And we're talking about really all sexuality.
Absolutely.
We're talking about all humans.
All humans.
But we're focusing on LGBT and mostly gay men in this conversation. What is it about gay men that would come to that conclusion of going, we don't care?
Because you guys are nasty.
Accurate.
Fully.
Simple as that?
Simple.
Because you don't give a shit. Because you're like, F it. Right now, I'm thinking about right now.
Right. Because it's all survivable. I mean, I will say, I've been in a monogamous relationship, so I'm talking out of my ass from years ago, right? I've been in a monogamous relationship for 4 years. So it's a little different for me.
4 years is a long time.
Okay.
Right. I'm a monogamous relationship.
Okay. He comes tomorrow.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. And then, literally. and then we're opening the relationship.
Let's just watch him dig himself out of
The moment he gets here, we're opening the relationship.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was gonna say. But when in those moments, you're not worried because everything else is like healable.
Yes.
Survivable. Like you're already on PrEP. The rest is an injection away from being back to 100.
And those are facts because if you haven't had sex for a long period of time,
Wait.
you've gone through a moment where you did condom, then you realize, okay, PrEP will save me from this injection. So that's
value of this conversation, which is what we're talking about. Did condoms leave? Yes or no? And are we surprised about the issue with condoms? To the point that you just made. What's the big deal about using condom? Because you're talking about it's survivable. We'll solve the problem later.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
why go through the problem?
Right. That's my question. What's the big deal?
So my answer to you is about that feeling of natural to natural, skin to skin, the moment of feeling that. So we joke about the second hole here. So there's a certain feeling that you get from skin to skin when you go through that insertion of the second hole. There's a certain level of body function that happens with skin to skin. And so therefore, when you add that condom sensation, it removes some of that sensational feeling to your head.
A lot.
Absolutely.
A lot. Listen, like, when I was still dating men, like I dated a guy that did not want to use condoms. And I was like, all right, so we go get tested. I mean, and until we get tested, we don't get to get down. And that's not uncommon.
Would
you know
he
what
do
I mean? Yes, of course. He wanted to get this. So of course he did. But I mean, like my straight bestie put an IUD in because she encountered that time and time again from men that she was dating that she knew were safe, but still they didn't want to wear a condom. And of course she didn't want to get pregnant. You know what I mean? So I don't think that it's just in the gay community. I think that it's been prevalent all around everybody, that the condom thing kind of has
IUDs are huge right now. IUDs are great and huge right now.
And it could be a biological aspect of we want to literally, breeding kink is a big thing right now, especially with, the easy inconvenience of getting PrEP and the easy inconvenience of getting IUDs and birth control. It's almost a natural instinct for us to, come deep.
Another related question to it is the advent and PrEP decreased the desirability of condoms that affects us in other STIs, that because we have PrEP now, it's changed a lot of gay thinking of going, well, I can deal with everything else as long as I don't have to deal with HIV.
Yes, but to the point where it's that it's more
100,000%.
I have a friend that when he hooks up on Grindr, he will send his lab results to the person he's hooking up with.
Yeah, but
and then ask,
how often do you meet people like that though?
Yeah.
Especially in the gay community.
But there are folks who look at that as like, here's where I am. I can go raw. You can go raw with me because here's what I'm giving you. I'm giving you a sex
if you were
STI-free
concerned,
environment.
however, if you were concerned of STI, what would the motivation? Why wouldn't the person be motivated to lie, even in that situation?
Well, absolutely.
Well, so what's the value of that?
So no, the point is, I said he shares his lab results, and so he like Faye's point.
No,
I want to see yours.
I do understand it.
We're not smashing.
Yeah.
But the recipient says, well, you have every motivation to lie about your results.
Yeah.
And so you're showing me your results, which are a lie.
I
There's no value
right there,
in doing
listen, by that's been way too much conversation. My penis has already gone down, and I can go call somebody else.
I think that's
you know what I mean. Like, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Like that's
You
it.
just
It's in
turned
the
me on.
moment.
Yeah.
It's in the moment. You know what I mean? It's in the moment.
Yeah.
That's it. 5 minutes later doesn't exist right now in gay boy world at that moment. It doesn't.
Yeah. Okay.
For me, it does though.
Yeah.
So if you want to be romantic about it.
Yeah. We'll just cuddle.
Again, trapped.
All right. Okay. All right. It's interesting because, and is there any I'm curious. I've asked the question about PrEP. I come from a generational time where in 1985, I saw it firsthand. Went to 100 bedsides. Probably none of you have experienced it. Maybe you have, but bedside. I standpoint of friends of somebody that was at the end, and you went to their home because they couldn't be in a hospital, they couldn't get health care, and nobody wanted to see them, and their family had abandoned them, and their closest friends would come to bedside, and there would be 10 people around the bed at the end, and it might be a week, it might be 2 weeks, it might be 1 day.
Absolutely.
And when you go through that, I guess you never think about condoms ever the same way again. I am imprinted on those moments. But what I'm hearing is, but we don't think that way anymore.
We don't. And it's a lack of not only experience as, not being able to have those, or thankfully not being able to have those moments where we need the bedside, but also not having the proper education in, what we're possibly contracting, what we're possibly spreading. And, a lack of education is a part of that, in my opinion.
So I love what you shared, because the thing is, it's about the journey. I do remember some of those bedside moments. I remember one of the funerals where the person who transitioned, where we didn't know what and how the sister was the one and that was it, and they're other than a friend, because nobody loved them, and how their journey has changed. And a lot of it is because of the medical science saying if you do this preparation, you won't get this, and if you get this shot, then you won't get this, or if you do the prep, the doxycycline, you won't get this. And so the journey has changed a lot from where we were, but we had no idea. And so thank you for reminding me of that journey, because I will share with you, my journey has been different. Yeah, I saw that, but guess what? I feel a little bit more comfortable now. And so I feel that I can be okay because of that. And because the millennial said, this is what I want. And so we adapt to that. And we say, you know what, I'm going to give you, because I like it too. And then our experience now changed, and then we adapt and we come differently.
Yeah, very clear. Very interesting topic about where we are on condoms. All right.